Welcome everyone to the Missouri Association for College Admission Counseling Virtual College Fair. Thank you so much for joining us. A few housekeeping notes before we get started. You can use the Q&A button on your screen at any point to type questions to our presenters. Your camera and microphone are off, so our panelists cannot see or hear you. This is just one of many sessions happening, so please be sure to sign up for more. And this session is being recorded and will be available within about a week at strivescan.com/Missouri. And with that, I will turn it over to our first presenter, which was supposed to be UC Irvine, but unfortunately they've had a family emergency and won't be able to join us here tonight. So I will be putting in some information for you in the chat that you can feel free to go through. Otherwise, I would just say that the best way to get in contact with UC Irvine would just be to go to their admissions office and request some information there. Hopefully they'll be able to join at future events. And with that, I'll turn it over then to our first presenter then, Western Colorado University.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Let's see. Share my screen. When I started this, good afternoon, everybody. My name is Alejandro. Yes, that's a little difference. No, I do not have two first names or last names. I go by Alex, so you can call me Alex. I'm a regional director of recruitment for Western Colorado University. Western Colorado University is a 4-year public liberal arts institution that's located at the heart of Rocky Mountain in Gunnison, Colorado. We serve over about 3,400 students. 3,000 of them being undergraduate, 400 of them being graduates. So we're definitely at the small scale of the schools. Now, just to give you a little representation of where we're located, like I said, we are located in the southwest corner of Colorado, about 4 hours south of Denver. Now, we're in a very neat location. Gunnison's about 9,000 people, and that's including Western's enrollment of 3,400 students. Now, we have Crescent View, which is about 30 minutes north of town. Crescent View is I wouldn't say a typical tourist town, but it is kind of like a tourist attraction. There's a lot of gift shops, there's a lot of restaurants. There's the ski resort though, and students can ski and snowboard Mount Crescent View. You can also mountain bike, hike, and the colors in the fall are beautiful. We also have Harmon's, which is about 5 miles south of town. It is the largest it's the largest outdoor recreational area in Colorado. It's over 8,000 acres, and it's like I said, that's where a lot of your outdoor activities will take place, like mountain biking, hiking, rock climbing. So it's probably hang off a lot of students at Western. And we also have Blue Mesa, which is about 10 miles west of town. It is the largest body of water in Colorado. It's over 20 miles long, and that's where your water activities will take place. So boating, paddleboarding, fishing, ice fishing. So in a way, it's a Colorado adventure place. Now, like I mentioned, we are a 4-year public liberal arts institution. We serve over 3,400 students. We offer over 100 areas of study. Some of our top majors would be business, biology. I would say anything actually with the outdoors. I mean, we're surrounded by 1.7 million acres of public land. So like I said, anything with wildlife biology, environmental sustainability, recreation, outdoor education, that's where I would say that's our bread and butter. Now, we actually added a really school computer science and mechanical engineering, which actually it's actually a partnership we have with CU Boulder, who they're actually in this presentation as well. But you complete your first 2 years with us. Later on, you transfer over to CU, but you remain on our campus all those 4 years. So you receive a CU education on our campus for definitely an affordable and way more affordable price. Now, average class size is 17. 71% of the professors are taught by 71% of the class are taught by full-time faculty, and 70 of them have those professors have tournament degrees. So you're definitely getting taught by someone who's an expert in their field. Now, we're fully dedicated to your success. So we have different resources to help you out. For example, you'll be assigned an academic advisor in your field. That advisor will guide you from your first year to your last year at Western. You will meet with them multiple times throughout the year, kind of just doing your planning your next semester or finding internship opportunities. We also have a math writing center in case you need help with those resources. Like I said, they're free. And then we also have a disability services. Now, there's always something going on, not just off campus, but also on campus. We have over 50 clubs, our student-led clubs, and we have academic clubs that run in conjunction with an academic program like your psychology, sociology club, pre-med club, and then you have your passion interest club, which is self-explanatory. But there's definitely a lot going on in the schemes of cost. Our tuition and cost will be over $18,000 for out of state. That's definitely below the national average. 80% of the students receive some type of aid, and 100% of them are considered for merit aid. Now, merit scholarships are upon acceptance. They will go off your GPA, your weighted GPA for fall 2021. And we're going test optional, just like every other school in Colorado is. So we're just looking at your GPA, your weighted GPA, but those range from $8,000 to $10,000. So that's definitely going to take a big chunk of your tuition. Now, how to become a Mountaineer? You can apply to the common application. You can apply to the Western application. Like I said, for fall 2021, we only need your transcripts to process your application. We hope to continue being test optional after 2021, but that's still up in the air. If you do decide to apply to the Western application, there is a $30 application fee. Definitely reach out to me, reach out to the admissions office, and we'll give you that promo code to waive that fee, so you don't have to pay for it. Now, if you're below our 50 percentile, we strongly recommend submitting any material that would help support your application, whether that's letters of recommendations, personal statements. We have an optional essay, why Western, definitely complete that. We'll look at everything you provide for us before we place a decision. One quick thing that I do want to mention about applying to Western, we are rolling admissions, so we don't have a deadline. You can apply at any time. We obviously recommend students to apply the sooner the better for a smoother transition. The last thing I do want to finish on is come and visit us. I mean, we're probably one of a few schools in Colorado at the moment that are hosting in-person visits. Those visits run Monday through Friday and Saturday upon request from, they include an information session, a campus tour. And then if you want to meet with a coach, professor, faculty, staff, whoever it might be, we can definitely make those arrangements. And you can go to western.edu/visit to schedule a campus visit. Also, if you can't make it to campus, definitely stay tuned for our virtual events. We have a lot of deep dives. Events are happening right now in the spring, and also a lot of events coming up in the summer. So if you can't make it on campus, definitely stay tuned for those virtual events, and you can go to western.edu/recruitment events. That's all I have for you. If you have any questions, or if you would like to learn more about Western, definitely reach out to me. My information is there as well, and also the admissions in case you can't get a hold of me for some reason. But like I said, thank you so much for your time. I hope you enjoy the rest of the webinar. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is Northern Arizona University.
All right, well, good evening, everybody. My name is Austin Joy. I do work at Northern Arizona University. We are located in Flagstaff, Arizona. My contact information is here on the screen, and I'll also include it in the chat later on. So a little bit more about Flagstaff. We are located at 7,000 feet. On average, we get about 100 inches of snow a year. I know growing up in Missouri personally, I enjoyed the snow, absolutely loved it, moved to Phoenix for high school, and I was like, I need to get back to the cooler weather. And so Flagstaff is about 2 hours north of Phoenix. We've never hit a day over 100 degrees either, which is fantastic. A lot of folks think about Arizona and just think it's complete desert and there is no seasons. In Flagstaff, we get all 4 seasons. We do have groomed transportation, which is a shuttle that will pick you up at Sky Harbor Airport and take you up to the NAU campus. So if you are flying in, you can book a shuttle and be able to take that right up to the NAU campus. The surrounding areas, we are about 90 minutes from the Grand Canyon, and we are about 45 minutes north of Sedona and Oak Creek Canyon. So if you've seen the Red Rock Country, we're about 45 minutes north of Sedona. We do have living on campus. So if you do want to live on campus your first year, you are definitely allowed to. It's not a requirement at all to live on campus during your 4 years. But if you do live on campus coming in as a first year student, you will live amongst students that are in that same academic program as you. We do have about 25 different dining locations on our campus, so you can utilize your meal plans. We have about 400 different clubs and organizations in a wide variety of different areas, from academic to religious to sports clubs. We have sorority and fraternity life. We currently have just shy of 100-degree programs on our campus. And in the chat, I will put in a link about all of our degree programs so that you can go and check those out. We do also offer bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. We also have undergraduate research too. So any student of any major can do undergraduate research while they are attending NAU. So we always recommend students getting involved on campus. One other thing I want to mention about clubs and organizations, if you don't find anything in there, you can definitely start your own. All you need is about 4 or 5 other friends, full-time faculty or staff member like myself, and you can pretty much get any club that's school appropriate started on our campus. So a little bit more about our admissions. So we are test optional as everybody else is going. We've been test optional even when I applied for NAU back in 2011 when I started my undergraduate career. What we look for guaranteed admissions into NAU is called the 16 core classes that you see here on the screen. For guaranteed admissions, if you have an unweighted 3.0 core GPA and no deficiencies, so you're not missing one of these courses, you may not have passed one of these courses, or your core subject GPA drops below a 2.0, that could lead to a deficiency. But if you have that 3.0 unweighted core GPA, no deficiencies, you're going to be guaranteed admissions into NAU. If you have a unweighted 2.5 core GPA, we do allow deficiencies. It just can't be in the same subject area or a math science combination, and we will still consider students for admissions into NAU. So we always like to be transparent. So here is our cost of attendance. So you can see the current tuition rate, fees, housing, meal plans, estimated cost for books. We do offer merit-based scholarships. So as Alex was mentioning, our merit-based scholarships do cover tuition, and any student, once they've been admitted to NAU, will be evaluated for these merit-based scholarships. There is no cap on how many we give out. To get the President's Excellence, you must have a 3.5 unweighted core GPA, and we'll be able to award you $11,000 a year towards tuition. And then for the President's Award, we have that 3.0 to that 3.49, and that is a $9,000 a year towards tuition. And these scholarships are renewable for all 4 years. You just must maintain the GPA requirement. For some of these scholarships, it does say like a 2.75, but I just recommend all students maintain a B average while they're at NAU, and they can maintain these scholarships for all 4 years. We do offer other merit or private donor and foundation scholarships that students can apply for. So that link you see here on the screen, go there, check it out, and you will be able to see the other merit-based scholarships that we have to offer. We also recommend all students filling out the FAFSA, so the free application for federal student aid. You will be able to fill that out each year and receive other financial aid to pay for college. And to wrap it up, we do have our daily campus visit presentations happening Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. We also have a 7 p.m. time on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Check out our virtual campus visit and then any of our special events that are coming up. And those are all being held virtually at this time. But if you visit that link down at the bottom of this slide, you will be able to get registered for those events. And that is what I have for you all this evening. I hope to see you all in Lumberjack Country in the future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Our next presenter is University of San Diego.
All right. Hi, everyone. Sorry about that. I wanted to make sure my slide was up. Hello and good evening. Thank you so much for having us. My name is Maria Malloy, and I'm the Associate Director of Undergraduate Admission here at the University of San Diego. University of San Diego is a private and independent Catholic university where we welcome all students from different backgrounds and spiritual faiths. While we don't require participation in Mass, we do ask our students to take 2 theology courses, and it can be in any area. Many students will take world religions. We have a course about Judaism, Buddhism, Islamic faith as well. In fact, one of the most popular courses at USD is called Jesus in Hollywood, and students are able to study the message of Jesus in Hollywood films. So our students are able to also have not only that intellectual growth, but as well as spiritual growth as well. On this particular slide that you see here, you see the west side of USD. And we are very proud to be where we are. We're very fortunate to be in a beautiful part of San Diego where we oversee the Pacific Ocean. We are about 20 minutes really from everything. We are 20 minutes or less than 20 minutes away from the international airport, from the major San Diego attractions like San Diego Zoo. We're also very close to a lot of the shopping areas as well. So our students are able to easily get around San Diego as well. One of the things that, again, also we're very proud of is our beautiful campus. And this is something that honestly has been part of the foundation of USD. One of our co-founders, Mother Rosalie Hill, her philosophy was that if you created a beautiful place, students will come to seek goodness and truth. And so this has really been intentional right from the beginning, and is still very much part of USD, where we want to create a beautiful space for students to come, be able to feel comfortable to learn and really seek truth as well, and within their community find goodness in others. And as I said, this is something that's still very important to us today. As I said as well about our location is that we are not only in the heart of San Diego, but we are about 20 minutes away from the Mexico border. And this is somewhere that we do a lot of partnerships with across the border in Tijuana. San Diego itself is oftentimes considered a binational city because of our location and proximity to Tijuana, Mexico. And so our students do a lot of active work across the border. We offer day service trips. Of course, all of this currently is virtual, and some of these things we were not able to continue to do this past year, but it is a big part of our identity is service work. And so our students and our professors combine a lot of that in their courses. There are over 80 different service learning courses that we offer. We have professors that will integrate social innovation, sustainability efforts within their classes and ensure that students have that experience as well within their community. I don't have many slides like my peers here, but I'd like to next showcase some of the stats that you see there on the slide. The first column or the blue column that you see here covers a little bit about our student profile. So we're considered a medium-sized university. So we are right under 6,000 undergraduate students. Our average classroom size is 22, and all of it taught by professors. So you're really going to get that one-on-one interaction from them, because also they serve as your academic advisors. And that's the one thing that we've seen a lot of students really thrive in, is being able to have that connection with their professors, who also are their mentors and their academic advisors, right? So our students are able to get that connection not only with an academic advisor, but a professional in the field. We have 42 majors, and they're housed within 3 colleges. So we have the School of Business, we have the School of Engineering, and the College of Arts and Sciences. And when students apply to USD, they can come in undecided and have the flexibility to wait until the end of their second year to choose a major. So USD is very much part of that liberal arts education. We have a really wide diversity of geographical representation. So you'll see there that we are almost half Californians and half out of state, and represent close to 50 states and over 60 countries as well. 30% of our students are of color, and 40% of our students identify themselves of Catholic faith. The next column that you see there talks a little bit more about USD. And not only are we fortunate to be ranked most beautiful campus, but as well as that we are one of 45 universities in the world to be considered a change-making campus. And what that means is that our students are very passionate about social innovation, global perspective, community engagement, social justice. We are looking for that change maker in action. And so this is a lot of the things that we're looking for when we are reading your application, because we want you to bring those passions, those interests to our campus. So our students are very much active in their community. And as I said earlier, our professors also make sure that that's part of your curriculum as well. We are also highly ranked with study abroad. Of course, again, that has been very different for us this year, but that is something that we have been highly ranked in. And then as far as our application process, I know my time is running up here. We are part of the common application system. We have one single deadline of December 15, and we are test optional as well for next fall. So thank you so much, and I'll be around after the presentation to answer any questions.
Thank you. Our next presenter is University of Redlands.
Alrighty, one second while I get this set up. And great. Alrighty. Thank you all so much for being here. My name is Dulce Garcia. I'm an admissions counselor for University of Redlands. And I'm here to tell you just a little bit more about the College of Arts and Sciences. University of Redlands is a private liberal arts university in Southern California. So this little map here gives you some perspective as to where we are located. So you'll see that we're pretty much right smack in the middle of Southern California. We're close to beaches, mountains, desert, LA, Anaheim. We're not super close to San Diego. That is about a 2-hour drive, but that is all within your access if you're interested in kind of having, different experiences while you're in college. One of the most important things is the actual location of Redlands, which is the city of Redlands. It's a medium-sized city. It was named one of the best college towns by AAA magazine a few years ago. So it's definitely a really great place to call home for the next 4 years. Downtown is really close to Redlands, and it's really a great area if you're interested in like eateries, or if you're interested in theater. All those really great things are definitely accessible within the city. And something that we really like to brag about is the temperature. We are in the heart of Southern California, so our average temperature is about 80 degrees. So who is University of Redlands? So like I said, we are located in Redlands, California. We have about 2,500 undergraduates. So we are considered to be a small college. One of the main things that is really important at Redlands is that we are a residential institution. So that means that we guarantee housing all 4 years for all of our students. And our students are able to live on campus for the full time. Approximately 70% of our students live on campus all 4 years. So it's a really big part of our community and our identity. Also, we really pride ourselves on an inclusive community, very diverse community. About 50% of our students identify as students of color. And that definitely plays into the fact that we are in Southern California, which is, a really diverse place in the world. So our students definitely reflect that population. And overall, the most important thing is our mission statement. Redlands says that we want to educate the heart and the mind of the scholar. And so really that plays into the academic education that we offer. So educating the mind, and then educating the heart, which is a little bit more of that social interaction that our students are engaging in while they're studying their undergraduate program. So just really briefly, which is this educating the heart portion, which we really identify as student life at Redlands. So you'll see that our students have a lot of things that they can be involved in. We have over 100 clubs and organizations. That does include Greek life. So if that's something that you are interested in, fantastic. We also do have a really big focus on community service. You actually have a graduation requirement. So that's about 80 hours while you are here with us. We are right smack in the middle of Southern California, like I mentioned earlier. So if you're an outdoorsy type of person, then you really hit the jackpot at Redlands. We're close to beaches, mountains, deserts. If you want to go horseback riding on the beach, or you want to go hiking or rock rappelling at Joshua Tree, then you can absolutely do that. Like I said earlier, we really do pride ourselves on our diverse community. So you'll kind of see the different offices that we do have on our campus. First generation students is really one of our biggest pride points. About 36% of our students identify as first gen. So we definitely have a really large population and some really amazing programs to support our first gen students. Approximately 90% of our first generation students graduate on time, which is the 4 years that we consider. And a really big focus on Native student programs. So if you identify with any of these groups, you can definitely hit us a line if you have any questions on that. And we do have sports. We are Division III. We're very competitive in sports. So if you're looking to play a sport in college and really want to have that academic perspective and really be that focus, then definitely check that out. And as I mentioned, we are a 4-year institution with a 4-year housing guarantee. So a little bit more about learning at Redlands. We do have a 13-to-1 student to faculty ratio, with our average class being about 18 students. One of the biggest things about Redlands is that all of our students get an academic advisor. So that person is your favorite professor within your major. They really support you in your 4-year journey to ensure that you're taking the correct classes that you need to be taking in order to graduate on time. And again, this really small, in-depth classroom experience that you won't get at a lot of places. These are some of the majors that we have to offer at Redlands. We do have over 40, so there's quite a lot of majors to pick from. Some of our most unique programs are going to be the Johnson Center for Integrative Studies in the School of Music. The Johnson Center is a program where you can essentially create your own major. So if you have any questions or any inquiries on building your own degree, you can definitely check out Johnson for that. And the School of Music, we're one of the oldest schools of music in California. We're actually the second oldest school of music. So we do have a pretty involved conservatory style education that we offer there. Really great opportunities for study abroad. We do have over 100 locations for you to go to, including our own castle in Salzburg. So definitely tons of opportunities for you to get that kind of community and in-depth and being able to immerse yourself in a different community. And a really big focus on our students being able to be successful. So success can be measured in many different ways, but I think a lot of parents will want to know, what can my kid do with a Redlands degree? So our students, over 90% of our students go either into the workforce or graduate school within a year of graduating from Redlands. So you can kind of see that we have some ways that our students are getting that support. We do have a 4-year graduation guarantee that we really stand by. And if you're interested in applying to Redlands, then you can do so through the comment application. We do a holistic review. So you'll see that we focus on a lot of different things, like your grades, your personal statement, your involvement. Redlands is a test optional university, and we will continue to be so. We are not going to consider test scores anymore. And we do have 2 different deadlines, one on November 15th and the second on January 15th. And that's transfer admissions. And if you have any inquiries, you can connect with us this way. Yeah, thank you.
Wonderful. Okay, our final presenter is University of Colorado Boulder.
Hi there, everyone. My name is Heather Moser, and I am an Assistant Director of Admission at CU Boulder. I'm also the Chicagoland Regional, so I live regionally in the Midwest. But thanks for taking the time to join us this evening. So University of Colorado Boulder is located in Boulder, Colorado. We are right at the base of the Rocky Mountains. So that's about 30 minutes from Denver and then about 45 minutes from the Denver International Airport. We are a large public state institution with about 34,500 students enrolled total. And then about 29,500 of those are going to be undergraduate students. So definitely really undergraduate student heavy. We are the #1 college town in America. It's just a really cool place to go to school. You've got a lot of different things that you can do in the area, including, the outdoorsy type things that you might be interested in, but also Pearl Street Mall provides a really cool space for students to hang out and so on. But then you've got hiking and skiing just real close by as well. We do have an 18-to-1 student to faculty ratio. This is important because we're a large university. So it is cool that you will have the opportunity to connect with faculty, during office hours and then also after class. But 85% of our classes actually have fewer than 50 students. And then 50% of our classes are 25 students or less. So again, despite being a large university, we still can provide some of those smaller courses, especially depending on your major. There's a lot of different courses available to you in 8 different fields of study, which I will touch on in a bit. But as a university, we do welcome innovation and support this culture by encouraging you to get involved with programs like research and so on. So you're going to have opportunities to do that. We've many different labs and events that let students question, experiment, kind of seek those answers that you might be wanting to do. Great example of that is going to be our undergraduate research opportunities program that offers funding for our students to do research. So you've got a lot of opportunities to do that. Many students are also going to find cool opportunities to enjoy themselves both on and off campus. So as I mentioned, we're definitely a great city to go to school. We're also listed as the healthiest and the happiest as well. So it's not uncommon to see our students really getting outside and enjoying everything that they can to be active. So let's talk a little bit about your education. We've got a lot of different majors, minors, and programs available to you. We certainly encourage that cross-disciplinary study as well. So ultimately, if you come in and know that you are interested in maybe 2 different things, you certainly can double major and kind of pursue that passion that you might have. These are academic colleges. We have 7 different options for you. You'll apply directly into the college or program of your choice. We also have an undecided option for you as well in your first year if you don't quite know what you want to do. But within each of these colleges and schools and programs are going to be a lot of different majors and different kind of things that you can explore. So definitely look into that further if that's something that you're interested in. But I certainly don't have time to go through all of them today. As I mentioned, our undecided option that you can apply directly into, this basically gives you the opportunity to take that first year to explore your options and figure out what might be a good fit for you overall. So in terms of housing and dining, we do require you to live on campus in your first year. But really what we want is for this to be more than just a place for you to live and eat, but we want to provide you with kind of that community that can both meet your academic goals and then help you feel a little bit more like home. So we've got the opportunity for you to live with students in the same academic area as you and take classes within your residence hall. Those are called our residential academic programs. And then we also have what's called a living and learning community, which is living with students that are in a very similar kind of like interest-based as you. And a good example of that is our gaming group or our music group and that sort of thing. And then we also have the traditional residence hall experience as well. And then of course, a lot of different dining venues available to you. I've never heard a student complain about the food, so that's definitely a positive as well. As I've mentioned, a lot, just Boulder is a really cool place to go to college. There's so much to do. And this is just a great example. This slide right here, just showing you the different things you can do mostly outside, including cycling, skiing, hiking, and so on. So it is just a cool space for you to be able to kind of venture out and enjoy that, that space. We very much feel like balance is really important. And so helping you find that balance both in the classroom and out. You can see here just a lot of different pockets of things that you can get involved in by studying abroad as something that you're certainly able to do. Our volunteer resource center is phenomenal. It offers you really just an entire list of things that you can do in terms of volunteering in so many different areas. So that's definitely something that's available to you. I've already talked enough about being outside, but knowing that you can get out and explore. Entrepreneurship opportunities are certainly available to you, as well as research and the arts. In terms of the application, we are on the Common Application, so you can only apply on there. These listed up here are the requirements as of right now. That sort of thing can always change, so I always recommend students to check back on the website for updates. Usually around the summertime is when we're finalizing that sort of thing. But we do require you to submit 2 short essays. There is an application fee, your official transcript to us, college transcript if you took college courses throughout your time in high school, academic letter of recommendation, and then you'll have an opportunity to provide an activities list. The other thing I want to talk about quick is just SAT, ACT. As of right now, we do not know whether or not we're going to be able to be test optional. We're super hopeful that we can, but we won't quite know that until the summertime. However, this previous year we were able to be. So stay tuned on that. There are 2 deadlines for us. We've got November 15th is our early action deadline. That's not a binding deadline. So basically you can apply and be admitted and still decide that you don't want to come to CU Boulder, though we certainly hope that you will. But that is November 15th, just provides you an opportunity to get that decision a little bit earlier. It is where we actually see a majority of our applicants. And then January 15th is going to be our regular decision deadline. Again, just another option for you to apply. The last thing here is just in terms of visits. Right now, we are currently not hosting on-campus visits at this time. We're super hopeful that we'll be able to do that soon, but it certainly won't be for a couple months. But we have a lot of virtual opportunities for you, so certainly check those out. And then thank you so much, and I'll provide my contact info in the chat.
Thanks everyone for presenting. We have a little extra time here at the end. So if I could have those who are still on turn on their camera, we're just going to do a quick round robin here. If you could just quickly share a piece of advice that you'd give someone going through the college search process.
I can go. My biggest tip that I have is make sure you visit all the schools that you're interested in. That's the biggest thing. I mean, it is crucial that you do. You are looking for your next home and you gotta be happy with it. So make sure once you apply to the schools you're interested in, make sure you narrow your options down to top 3, top 5 schools, depending on how many you apply for, and visit them before you decide where to go.
Yeah, one of my pieces of advice is ask all your questions. Never feel like you are bothering us. I get emails all the time from students that are like, sorry to bother you. It's like, no, this is what we're here for. Like, reach out to us, utilize us, ask us every single question that you have. And there's no such thing as a dumb question. That would be my piece of advice while you're looking into colleges.
I would have to agree with all of my peers, but I would like to also add to really do your research. Don't pick it just because your best friend might be going there. You know, it might not be the right fit for you. I know sometimes it's hard to imagine that right now, especially if you're in your younger years in high school, but it is worthwhile to do that research. It is certainly worthwhile to visit the campuses if you can. Of course, right now it's so difficult, but if you have the opportunity to visit or join a virtual tour, you know, any way that you can get a glimpse of the campus, the student life, all of these things will matter to you down the road.
Yeah, and I would add to all the wonderful things that my colleagues are saying to not let financial decisions be the initial driver. It can definitely be the final driver when you're making decisions about where you can attend, but don't let an institution scare you off because the sticker price is too shocking, because you never know what financial aid an institution might be able to offer you. Now that conversation shifts a little bit when you are trying to make the ultimate decision. You can absolutely have that really hard conversation with an admissions counselor about financial aid, but initially don't let that be what deters you from submitting the application, because ultimately you don't know.
Awesome. And then my piece of advice is really just to stay organized. And there's a lot that can, I think, come with that. But even in this conversation right now, you heard from several schools and we all have like similar but different deadlines and similar but different requirements. And so it's really important for you to get all of that organized and make sure that you're including the right things for your application, because you wouldn't want to be like, you know, not considered for not submitting a document or not applying on time. So that's definitely really important.
Awesome. Okay, another question for you all. What is your favorite event or tradition on campus?
I'll kick things off again. One of my biggest events, my favorite events on campus is homecoming for me. You know, it's just a very neat event that we have. just like every other school, I'm sure. But, we have so many alums on campus. We have the light of the W, which we light our W on fire, and that's done by our mountain rescue team. And it's, you can see that thing from anywhere on campus. So we got a lot of festivities going on throughout the day. But it's just a really neat time where we have alums, everybody on campus. Well, we used to, and, hopefully things go back to normal next year. But, it was just a really neat event. And then obviously we had got the big football game the next day as well. So.
Yeah, I'd say there's probably two events that I enjoy. Definitely homecoming. We have what's called the running of the freshmen. So we're Division I in the Big Sky Conference for sports, and we invite our entire freshman class to run the length of the walk-up Stydome to bring out the football team. So this hasn't happened in the last year, but we're definitely hoping that we can get that going. And another event that happens on campus is with our Native American Cultural Center. They put on a stew fest every year, make 3 different types of stew and fresh fry bread, and it's free for anybody to attend. So definitely, if any of you on this call too are in Flagstaff at any point during Stew Fest about November, check it out.
I think for us, it's also homecoming. I know a lot of our current students and alumni love to come to campus for homecoming. But the one thing that I know sticks in my mind is during finals week, students that are living on campus have this tradition of screaming at top of their lungs at midnight. Just with being stressed with midterms and finals, they will do that during the week of finals week and just scream out the window. And it's funny because, depending on which phone service you're on, you might hear the yelling earlier for Verizon versus Sprint. But that's something that they do during finals week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with a tradition as well. So University of Redlands, our mascot is the Bulldogs, and we've had a live mascot since 1918. So we have a cute dog running around our campus all the time. Currently, her name is Addie. She is the first female mascot at University of Redlands, and she is on campus Monday through Friday, 8 to 3 p.m. She works in the admissions office, which is so great for me because I get to see her all the time. And so she's always at sporting events. She goes to very, very important things. She goes to campuses when we're opening different campuses. So she's just a ball. In addition to that, we also do have our nonsensical chant called the Octomali. The Octomali doesn't mean anything. The lyrics don't mean anything. They're all just gibberish that we sing at football games whenever we are obliterating the competition. So that's pretty fun.
So mine also has to do with the live mascot, but ours is a little bit different. It is a buffalo. So we definitely cannot have that around all the time. But Ralphie, she's our I guess, live mascot. I like the way you put that, but she will come out every home football game and actually run across the field, both in the beginning of the game and then also at halftime. It's a lot of fun. It's super cool. And, I've heard just from like different students that they're, quote, like not even football fans, but still go because of that fun tradition. And it's just a really cool student experience to have that. So another fun thing related to sports, but and mascots.
Okay, with that, I think we're going to wrap things up here. Let me just share my screen. Thank you everyone for joining us. When this window closes, there'll be a link to a very quick 4-question survey. We appreciate any feedback that you can provide. This is just one of many sessions being hosted, so please be sure to sign up for more. And in about a week, you'll be able to find this session's recording as well as many others at strivescan.com/Missouri. And with that, thank you everyone. Thanks to our presenters, and thank you to everyone who was here with us tonight. And have a great night, everyone.